I'm Georgette Miller. Welcome to our show. Now, the purpose of this show is trying to demystify the foolishness. It's basically a show trying to get you guys to understand how money works. The fact that money is a commodity and money's always best spent in your pockets. We need to come up with this new idea that we need to keep money on our side of the table as opposed to constantly just handing it out and shelling it out to others. Let's roll. Welcome to our show. I'm Georgette Miller, and the topic of the day today is the middle class. Now, there are many of you out there that's sitting down looking at us saying, okay, I'm a resident of the middle class, right? Between my husband or my spouse and I, we make over 6 figures. We have a really nice home. We have 2 really nice cars sitting in the garage. And we wear really fine threads and we dress our kids really well. We have taken up residency in the middle class. We're here to demystify the foolishness. Now, listen to me. If at the end of the day, when you get your paycheck, you have to pay Mary, Jose, the 12 disciples, everybody, and you're unable to save from your paycheck so that you can pass down wealth, newsflash, you are not a member of the middle class. As a matter of fact, there is no real distinction between you and the working poor, because at the end of the day, you have no savings and you are unable to pass down wealth. We'll be right back to really get into the nitty-gritty of what it means to be a part of the middle class.
I became a real estate investor. I wasn't savvy at it. I made a lot of mistakes. But after I purchased my first building, I thought I had everything under control. I refinanced after I did all the work and got the second mortgage consolidated, and things were doing well. Then I went into another house. I bought another house and tried to do the same thing that I did with the first property, but the economy changed. The housing market changed. I had a couple of bad contractors, and I was working with my credit cards to do the same thing I did with the first property. It didn't work. My mortgages alone were running me like $2,300, and credit card debt, I was in like $100,000 worth of credit card debt. Then I had timeshares, and they were running me on the average of $400 and $500 a month, just the payments and then the maintenance fees. And I really didn't know what to do. So I prayed. I really prayed. And I asked the Lord to guide me. I'm a born-again believer, and I know I felt like He was leading me to do the things that I did. When He told me to go into the bankruptcy, I fought it. I really did. Because my pride, I'm 55 years of living, I always had good credit, everything was wonderful. But it started changing. And for me to have to file bankruptcy or to even think about it was something I didn't want to do. I had a regular job, my husband had a regular job, and we still do. But also we had a couple of bad tenants. That really, I forgot about that. That started really making it bad too. When we weren't getting the rents from the properties, it affected everything else. In addition to the bad contractors and the credit card interest increasing, when we weren't getting those payments, it made a big difference. So, you go into real estate thinking you're going to get good tenants, you're going to pay, and it doesn't always have to work out that way. The fact that I have a very good husband, he loves me so much, and we really didn't argue about money, but as cool as he is, you could see he was getting a little tensed, a little snappy every now and then. I'm very fortunate to have a husband that did not bombard me with, well, you got us in this situation, because he took as much responsibility as allowing me to do what I did, what we did together. And so we didn't blame each other. But when I married my husband didn't have one dime of debt. And so I felt guilty about that. I wanted to set up a retirement for us that we would have ample money to live. And I wanted us to retire at an age that we weren't so old that we couldn't enjoy our retirement. And that was my whole objective. When I got so far into debt, I was like, God, I don't see it anymore. I don't see that retirement anymore. How am I going to get out of $150,000 worth of debt? And that's when he told me to do what I did.
Welcome back. Now,